All right, guys, there's so much to break down here. It's so crazy how so much can change in a single year, right? Let's get into this. All right, let's just get into it. Is my audio good? Yeah, okay. So the Heat had a game a couple days ago, right? And this is what Jimmy Butler had to say post game.
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball.
He wants to get his joy back playing basketball, right?
And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat down.
Off the court.
I want to hoop. And I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
That is Jimmy Butler post game. I forgot who they were playing against, but I think they lost that. They lost the game, obviously. But when your franchise player says this, it's pretty much over. This reminds me of James Harden when he was saying, when he was at the Rockets, that in the post game pressure. This is similar to what he said. He was like, I don't know how this can work out, right? Pretty insane. But shortly after this, right, reports immediately came out that the Miami Heat have suspended Jimmy Butler for 7 games for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team over the course of the season, and particularly over the last several weeks. Over the course of the season, right? What this tells me is that this was sort of kind of pent up frustration from Pat Riley, and he's finally, I guess you can say, reacting towards Jimmy's antics. Let's not act like he's been, not been changing his hair colors to, indicate which teams he's interested in going to subliminally, right? But the Heat are also announcing that they are currently listening to trade offers for Jimmy Butler and that they will trade him. Now, this is coming after Pat Riley tried to shit on Shams Charania, and we got to give Shams his respect, man, because he said that this is his most vetted story, and day by day, the Miami Heat organization is proving him right. Pat Riley released a statement saying that they will not trade Jimmy Butler because the rumors surrounding that was affecting the locker room and players and coaches. But now all of a sudden, you're suspending him for 7 games because of comments he made post game. And now you're open to trading him? It's kind of pathetic if you ask me, right? Let's get into the article, okay? 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler has indicated to the Miami Heat that he wants the team to trade him. Butler does not plan to furnish the Heat with a list of favored destinations, sources told whatever. He is open to playing anywhere other than Miami and believes he can make any team a contender, no matter where he is moved. He does plan to take part in all team activities and do whatever the Heat asks of him during this process. I think this article was prior to the suspension, right? We'll get into this, the article with the suspension. Butler scored just 9 points. Heat officials did not immediately return messages Thursday night. Butler scored just 9 points in the Heat's 128 to 115 loss in the Indiana Pacers on Thursday night, and then said after the game that he had lost his joy playing in Miami. We just saw that video. When asked if he can get his joy back on the court, he said probably not, which to me is insane. That's crazy, right? An issue that led to Butler's decision, according to sources, was an implication from team officials Thursday that he hadn't played his hardest in the Heat's victory Wednesday over the New Orleans Pelicans, playing his first game in 13 days after being away because of an illness. Butler took just 5 shots in 25 minutes and scored 9 points. Now, that is not the Jimmy Butler we know. What is Jimmy Butler's name? Jimmy Buckets. Now, I'm not trying to absolve Jimmy because he's clearly checked out. He doesn't want to be there anymore, right? Heat Heat coach Eric Spoelstra did not play Butler in the fourth quarter of either game this week. I'm going out there to compete either way. Whether I score 9 points or 21 points, I will compete, Butler said Thursday night. You won't say I'm not out here playing hard. This is the video that we that we played. He said that prior to saying that he doesn't have joy in playing for the Heat, essentially, right? Now, before issuing the edict, the Heat had preliminary trade discussions with several teams regarding Butler, but none had progressed. The Heat have shown no urgency in trade talks, sources added. Riley and Heat owner Mickey Arson have met with Butler's representation in recent days, attempting to resolve the divide between the parties without success, sources said. And I think that is in relation to last year. And I love social media, man. You don't really have to do too much to find what happened, right? This is basically the events that led to what's happening now, right? Jimmy clearly wasn't healthy during the postseason last year, right? And basically, he was claiming that he would have beaten the Knicks and Celtics if he was healthy in the postseason. Now, to me, that's just you having confidence in yourself, right? I don't think he said anything crazy by saying, "Oh, if I was there, you know, we'd win." I mean, this is basketball. I feel like if you really believe in your ability, you should feel that way, right? Clearly, Pat Riley didn't like that. He felt like Jimmy should have, in his own words, shut his mouth. If you're not on the court playing, you shouldn't be talking. Now, to me, that's just frustration on Riley's side. Don't get me wrong, Pat Riley, he's all about rings. Jimmy brought this team to the finals. You know, they didn't get it done, right? But that basically Riley's response to Jimmy's trash talk, I feel like that was a nail in the coffin. Jimmy was like, "Oh yeah, bet," and he wasn't gonna get the extension. Come on, bro. That's like frustration on top of frustration, right? Then Sharania reports that Butler is open to being traded to the Suns, the Mavs, the Rockets, yada yada yada, the Warriors. That was fucking crazy. Then Riley releases a statement saying they will not trade him, and now here we are, right? But what makes this even more interesting is the NBPA, right? They are looking to fight the Miami Heat organization for suspending Jimmy Butler for 7 games. Because to me, this is just a reaction of frustration on Riley's side. He's mad that Jimmy Butler is basically keeping it 100 in the post-game presser. And I think Pat Riley suspending Jimmy for 7 days is sort of kind of like a deterrent, or like a basically to let people in the NBA know, like, we're not going to tolerate this shit. Like, we don't care how big of a star you are. We don't care what you've done for us. If you're going to publicly speak on your frustration of the team, this is how it's going to be. That's just my opinion, right? Let's get into this article. It says the NBA Players Association is trying to put the heat on Miami over its suspension of Jimmy Butler. The NBPA said Friday night that it intends to fight the 7-game ban the Heat levied on the 6-time All-Star, who requested a trade after claiming publicly earlier in the week that he'd probably not have joy by remaining with the team. The Heat announced earlier Friday that they were suspending the 35-year-old Butler for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team. We discussed that. The ban is slated to cost them $346,543 per game. Shit. Or about $2.35 million on his $48.8 million salary for this season. Now, not that much of a dent, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to lose $2 million, right? I don't think anyone is. The 7-game suspension imposed tonight by the Miami Heat on Jimmy Butler is excessive and inappropriate, the NBPA posted Friday night on X, and we intend to file a grievance challenging the discipline. Team president Pat Riley said in late December that the Heat had no intention of trading Butler, but they are now open to entertaining offers for the 14-year NBA veteran. I wonder what changed, guys. I wonder what changed. We have suspended Jimmy Butler for 7 games for multiple instances of contradiction to the team. Yada yada yada. Over the course of the season, in particular the last several weeks, the Heat statement read, through his actions and statements, he has shown he no longer wants to be part of this team. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Jimmy Butler and his representative have indicated that they wish to be traded. Therefore, we will listen to offers. I mean, you guys have been listening to offers for the majority of the season, right? Anyways, Butler is averaging 17.8 points per game this season. Now, his lowest since 2013-2014. I mean, that's just a lot. Like, he's checked out. He's checked out. The Heat are 17-15 entering Saturday night's home game against the Jazz, tied with the Bucks for the 5th best record in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, so I want to get your guys' opinion on this because I feel like Pat Riley's being petty. I mean, you guys been looking for. I mean, Pat Riley, and again, let's speak to Jimmy Butler. He's clearly frustrated. He's frustrated for two reasons. Pat Riley called him out, and he's not getting the extension that he wants. So for Jimmy, it's like, first of all, you disrespected me. Now you're telling me that you don't see me being a part of the team's future, right? I mean, this guy, this is the best Heat since. Let's keep it a buck here, guys. Jimmy Butler is the best Heat since LeBron James. We all know Dwayne Wade's a Heat legend. Nobody will surpass Dwayne Wade. It's Wade County for a reason, right? You have LeBron James, and you have Jimmy Butler. I sincerely think Pat Riley is being petty here, and it's gonna be interesting to see what comes out of this NBPA fight against this 7-game suspension, because again, I don't think Jimmy did anything horrible. He just doesn't want to be with the Miami Heat anymore. Could he have done a couple of things better? Yeah. We're not gonna put all the blame on the Heat organization, but for them to suspend him 7 games because he's giving it a bean after taking you guys to multiple finals, I mean, appearances, didn't get the job done, but let's not act like Jimmy's a slouch here, man. This guy is still a high level player. He's up there in age. He is 36, I think 35 going on 36, but I want to see your guys' thoughts because again, there's definitely going to be developments coming within this story because yeah, man, the 7-game suspension, it could get pushed back. Who knows? But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this, Heat fans. Where do you guys go from here? Jimmy, he's done with you guys. He's essentially done with you guys. But I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, man, I'm out.